an Elimination Chamber rematch right now.
Odds are certainly more in her favor with Liv and Sarah by her side tonight.
The following contest is scheduled away to the ring. The baddest woman on the planet. She is the Raw Women's Champion, Rowdy Ronda Rousey.
A big opportunity for Ruby Riot tonight, but Ronda Rousey looks in a worse mood than usual. And Fastlane is brought to you by battered tonight, but ready to go. Ruby Riot with the rest of the Riot Squad outside the ring, and Ronda Rousey goes right to work on Ruby Riot.
We could have a repeat of what we saw last night at Elimination Chamber. Just lock in that armbar, and Ruby Riot could be done for.
An exercise in futility, trying to trade punches with Rousey, who connects to the body of Ruby Riot. Wise decision, taking a second to compose herself. And again, Logan and Morgan out there checking on Ruby Riot. Could be the X factors here tonight in this championship match.
I talked to Liv earlier today, and she was telling me how heartbroken they were for not being able to be successful in the Elimination Chamber for those beautiful women tag titles. So you imagine just that chip on the shoulder for every member of the Riot Squad tonight.
And look at Ruby Riot from behind. Trying to grab a handful of hair. The official didn't see it. Look at Ronda go. And Ruby Riot dropping Ronda right on the back of her neck. Here's the cover for the Raw Women's Championship and a kick out.
Ruby Riot determined not to make the same mistake twice. She came into tonight with a different game plan, realizing she came up short last night as we take an over from Riot.
And again, you know, we talked about this a lot last night, Corey. Ronda Rousey, is she looking past this match? Is she looking to WrestleMania? The problems with Charlotte Flair, the issues with Becky Lynch. Is this Ruby Riot's golden opportunity?
Certainly the question that needed to be answered last night, and Ronda Rousey proved without a shadow of a doubt. She was focused on Ruby Riot. She was not looking too far ahead to WrestleMania. Tonight could be a different situation, but to this point, it looks like an equally as focused, determined, more angry Ronda Rousey.
Ruby Riot right now dominating the Raw Women's Champion momentarily, though. Rousey trying to turn this into a triangle.
I think Ronda's looking for the armbar. Ruby fighting it into a cover.
Ronda Rousey, her championship on the line live. Monday Night Raw, this is for Ronda Rousey's Raw Women's Championship. Ruby Riot, the challenger, in control of this match. Now, in last night's Elimination Chamber match, the Riot Squad wasn't at ringside because they had an Elimination Chamber match for the tag team titles. But tonight, the Riot Squad has been making their presence felt, and it's helped Ruby Riot.
Having allies by your side is a complete game changer. To this point, Ruby Riot has changed her game plan quite noticeably from what she attempted last night, and it is paying off big time. Rousey is in great trouble. Was in great trouble.
Was he with a great throw? And Ruby Riot wisely rolling out of the ring, but Ronda Rousey back on the attack.
I think Ronda realizes how dangerous it is outside. It's like being in a tank full of sharks. You got Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan poking around.
My God! Riot for the championship! Isn't it up for the upset? The kick out by Rousey, just barely at 2.5.
Ruby kept saying everybody's overlooked her. Ronda's overlooked her. The WWE Universe has looked over Ronda.
And Sarah Logan, that was just a very, very well-laid plan by Ruby Riot, luring Ronda Rousey to the outside so she could deliver the spear.
And you can feel the confidence tonight in Ruby Riot, much more so than last night. She understands what this means to her career. Another opportunity at Ronda Rousey, and she's taking the fight to the champion.
She should also be feeling pretty confident knowing that Ronda Rousey had a beat down at the hands of Becky Lynch last night as well.
Rousey not feeling anything about last night right now. All pumped up, all jacked up.
Oh, Ronda with a takedown of Ruby Riot. Yet another one. Of course, working on the arm, trying to set it up for the arm bar, which he tapped Ruby with last night.
And a jumping elbow connects to the jaw of Ruby Riot.
And the mood has changed for Ronda Rousey. Ruby caught her, though, face first off the turnbuckle.
Not often you see somebody be able to stop Ronda in her tracks when she switched into that rowdy gear.
Well, Ruby has just almost been a step ahead of Ronda throughout this entire matchup tonight. And now Ruby to the second rope.
Look at this.
Oh! Is it enough to put Ronda away for the Raw Women's Championship? Shoulders are down here. Got her, no! So close, a near fall.
Ruby can't focus on the fact that she was milliseconds away from being Raw Women's Champion.
And you also have to wonder how much that attack by Becky Lynch last night affected Ronda Rousey as you take another look at Ruby Riot. So close here to winning the gold.
See the welts on the back of Ronda's thighs as a result of the attack with the crutches from the man. We know that Becky Lynch won't be a factor here tonight.
You know what Ruby's setting her up for here, Corey?
We've been thinking about a Riot kick, but Rousey, well prepared.
Ronda has Ruby where she wants her, but Ruby, though, with an elbow.
Again, that step ahead, like you said, Cole.
Follows it up with a
Boom! There it is! She nailed it!
For the championship off the Riot kick, and Ronda kicks out a near fall.
Cover her again, Ruby. You're almost there. Take another look at this. Flush right on the side of Rousey's skull. Boom! Down goes Ronda. Ruby Riot nearly became Raw Women's Champion.
So you got to give Ronda a hell of a lot of credit that she was able to kick out after the Riot kick by Ruby.
You're absolutely right, but now Ronda looks to be in no position to mount any sort of offense.
You see the look on Logan's face. She realizes Ruby could be closing in on the Raw Women's Championship.
I don't think this is the time for insults. If you're Ruby Riot, you need to keep your foot on the gas pedal. You got Ronda vulnerable. Don't get too overconfident. What a kick.
Ronda knocked down again. Ruby Riot. Ronda caught her. Gut wrench by Ronda. Planting Ruby Riot. This could be the opening the champion needs.
Liv Morgan can't believe what she's seeing right now. Ruby Riot's been so close.
You got to be impressed with the core strength of Ronda Rousey, her insides have got to be in agony after that incredible senton from Ruby Riot connected. Ronda's still obviously feeling the effects, but Rousey headed up top.
Logan on the apron.
And now Morgan.
And now Liv Morgan. Ronda fighting him off, but Ruby Riot able to take advantage.
Ronda didn't have to contend with this last night. Oh, Riot kick connects again.
For the championship yet again for Ruby Riot to knock over Ronda Rousey. And a kick out.
Unreal. Unbelievable.
The entire complexion of WrestleMania almost changed with that Riot kick.
It just goes to show you the frenzy that the Riot Squad can create when all three members are present. Ronda was distracted not once, but twice, allowing Ruby to connect. Look, I thought she was going to go for a cover there, which I don't think would be a bad idea.
Ruby Riot has done such a good job of staying focused tonight. She's got to keep the focus here.
I think
she's got
Ruby wants
Rousey
to shut her down right now.
Ruby's going to go back to the well once again. Maybe something different. Definitely something high risk, high impact. Rousey's title is in trouble.
Ruby
She's going to finish her now.
From the top rope, nobody home. Ronda to the armbar. Turns her over. Oh, and Ruby Riot just escapes.
Once again, paying off big time. Wait a minute. Rousey from the top to the floor.
Out the Riot Squad.
Flying chaos in the form of the Raw Women's Champion. But Ruby's up on her feet.
Ronda. Got Ruby up top. Ronda trying to hang on.
Ruby looking for a reverse.
First out of that turnbuckle. Ruby Riot, no clue where she is.
Maybe it's a shame it's done. You're right there.
Tap out.
Here's your winner by submission, and still the Raw Women's